Welcome to Otaku Saga. I'm Zero.
I'm DK.
And I'm Rizzo, and today on Anime Reaction, we watched the first episode of Soushin Shoujo Matoi. If you want to check out our reaction to the first episode of Soushin Shoujo Matoi, hit that link in the description below.
And be sure to give us feedback in the comment section because we love hearing from you.
And as always, if you like what you see, subscribe to Otaku Saga, and don't forget to like and share our videos.
And
thanks for watching.
So brief, overview of what we thought of this episode.
A Tale of Two Anime. The first scene reminded me a lot of Hellsing.
Yeah, that's what it reminded me of too.
And then the rest of it reminded me of the most generic Magic Girl anime almost in history.
Mixed with Trigger.
Which makes it awesome.
This seemed a lot like a Trigger work rather than White Fox.
And trust me, that is a compliment.
Yeah.
Because Trigger's awesome.
Yeah, honestly, I'm kind of hoping that this story comes around. Anyway, so this episode starts out with what I can only assume are British troops, modern day troops, attacking a castle, and they get wiped out by some mysterious supernatural force.
And I say thank goodness for that force because that English was awful. That was tough
bad
to listen to. I was about ready to just rip my earphone out for that scene.
Yeah, that was incredibly bad.
Actually, in hindsight, I should have.
I wish I had. So then we get a character who's, I don't think that they actually mentioned her name right there, but we looked them all up. But so it's Clarice, and basically she suits up with some magical power armor and has a melee weapon equivalent to Wolfwood's cross.
Pretty badass.
In which
that is pretty awesome.
She, basically pulls a spear out of it.
Out of a gigantic sword.
Yeah, and defeats the creature. Actually, captures the creature, I guess, or
sends it back to
it, or
something like that. Because she mentioned that she actually wants to kill one. To which her handler says, and not until we figure out what they want. Then, for something completely different.
Completely.
180.
Yeah. So then we get our main characters, Matoi and Yuma, working as shrine maidens at Yuma's family shrine.
This is injected with a little bit of humor, probably a little unnecessary pervertedness.
Yeah.
Again, it's this latter, 2/3 of the episode turned into a generic Magic Girl anime.
More than that.
More than that. Oh, yeah, that's true, yeah.
And I wouldn't necessarily say that because it's a lot more perverted than you normally see.
Yeah.
It's definitely for adults. And this being a White Fox anime, I do expect it to get a little darker. But anyway, yeah, so we meet Matoi, Yuma, and then while they're talking, Matoi's father, Shingo, then he takes off. We learn that he's actually a detective for the local police force.
I actually liked a quote that was said in here. It's usually the ones that stay quiet that have seen the most.
Yeah, so then we also meet Yuma's father, who is the head priest of the shrine.
With a glorious pompadour.
Glorious pompadour and a ridiculous gimmick.
Whatever brings in the money.
Yeah, whatever keeps the shrine afloat, I guess.
Pretty much.
Yeah, and then so we get a bit with a woman named Haruka showing up, and she's pretending, I guess, to be somebody who did research on shrines when she was in college. I guess kind of a reporter is what she's pretending to be. She's definitely not. But she's asking about their shrine because their shrine used to perform exorcisms during the Edo period. And so Haruka's father, of course, he's, pervert all the way, looking at her very, very low-cut top.
Gazing to the uncanny valley.
But so he leads her to the storehouse, and Matoi and Yuma follow. And he shows her the, I guess, treasure, the sacred treasure of the shrine, which is a little, what do they call those things? Kumakata?
Magitama.
Magitama, that was it. I don't know what I was thinking. Anyway, shows her a little Magitama, which she, using like this device that looks like a camera to take pictures of it, she determines that there's no magical power left in it.
5, huh?
But also in that scene, we see Yuma messing around with one of the family scrolls. Comes into play later.
Yeah, Haruka takes off and then gets on the phone with somebody and tells them that there's no points. Time for a plan B, I guess.
We get the scene with Shingo at work when him and his junior investigator.
They're investigating a string of abductions.
Oh, right.
No, I think it was just one. Basically, a woman was found unconscious in the home of a painter, and I guess through a series of like flashbacks of what happened, we see that he had tied her up and performed some sort of ritual, summoned a demon, and then got possessed, and he ran off into the woods. But so that's the case that he's investigating. Then we also get a little bit with Matoi cooking dinner for him. That wasn't really that important. So then after that, it zooms to the next day, and Matoi and Yuma go to school.
Yep. They go ahead and have lunch on the rooftop, and what was it, Yuma? Yeah, Yuma was the blue-haired one.
Yes.
Yuma pulls out a scroll that she took from her family's shrine.
Yes, the scroll. And she says, we should perform this ritual together. To which Matoi comes with the typical...
the only appropriate
Yes,
line.
the only appropriate response. No!
Not just no, an emphatic no!
Yeah, big no. So then we also get a bit at the police station with Shingo, where Haruka shows up and talks about how the recent string of unconscious women that he's investigating is similar to something that happened in
Holland
in
2 years before.
2 years before.
That's where
Except there, the women were actually like dying.
Yeah.
Like from a wasting disease type thing.
But yeah, it was. They were trying to cooperate after a while, and then Haruka mentions that it was something to do with plasma. I'm not sure exactly why that strikes a huge deal in.
like plasma in human blood, or like
Clearly not.
something like these.
I think it
aberrations
might have had
of-
something to do with Shingo's wife.
Yeah.
Like the reason why it affected him so much. But so then zoom back to Matoi and Yuma, and they're walking back to the shrine after school, and Yuma's still trying to get Matoi to perform the ritual with her, bribing her with food.
Which works like a charm.
Which works almost, well, it works like a charm. However,
Yeah, I just wanted to interject one really quick point of the perversion of the lost puppy dude being so
junior detective.
cringy and awful.
yeah, that was really, really cringy.
Yeah, his name is no longer Hideo. He is Puppy Boy.
No. please, no.
Well, yeah, I think I want to talk about it after the recap. But so then they hear a loud noise coming from the shrine, so they go run up to the shrine, and they find that everybody there is collapsed, and they find that painter that was possessed, and he starts coming at them. At the same time, Shingo and Haruka show up in Haruka's car, which I cry absolute bullshit on them driving up those stairs.
Yeah.
I mean, absolute 100% bullshit on them driving up those stairs.
There's not enough ground clearance.
Exactly, yeah.
But
Trying to
basically, they
direct.
show up just in time. Shingo jumps out of the car, slams the perp to the ground, and then the guy basically starts transforming into a demon.
Yeah, Detective Shingo learns rule number 1 pretty damn quick.
Gets tossed off to the side. His phone gets destroyed, and I guess the phone strap that he had on his phone had some sort of magical stone on it.
Yeah.
And
Also-
so Matoi runs over to her father and makes sure that he's okay.
At the same time with that attack, Haruka shot a couple bullets, so there's like this force field thing.
That was a pretty cool scene.
It was a really
That
cool
was really
scene.
neat. Then Yuma, being a complete and utter dumbass.
Well, I think dumbass, but at the same time, I gotta give her some sort of props for actually trying to stand up to it.
She's a dumbass.
She's a dumbass.
I mean, it was really brave, but she's also, what did she say, a 7th grader?
13-year-old.
A 13-year-old 7th grader, first-year middle school student who is very small, even for her age. And she's jumping in front of this big muscly dude who just threw another dude, a full-grown man, like 30
All the way
feet.
across the temple ground.
Yeah.
She was really banking on that magical, that exorcism.
Yeah.
Exorcism.
Yeah, it was just, I think it was a really dumb move, but obviously it worked out because she performs the ritual, which I guess Matoi accidentally also performs the ritual, at least the pose. And
That's
then
all you
Matoi transforms into a Magiclad girl.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Transforms into a magical girl who looks exactly like her mother. And then proceeds to kick the demon's ass.
Unknowingly.
Unknowingly. The fallout of that is... Oh.
Here we go.
Oh, God.
So,
Shingo wakes up.
and the first thing that he does is runs over in tears and grabs onto Matoi.
Thinking that she's her mother.
You came back! Oh my god, you came back!
And
Oh
then
my-
gropes her boobs. Oh, Shingo.
What person in their right mind would do that to the...
Like,
A guy who works as a public servant, exceedingly long hours in the boonies, is a widower, and yeah, well, there you go.
so she runs off. Yeah, she basically
smacks the shit out of
she
him.
smacks him and runs off into the woods. And she, we get a little bit with her in the woods, like, oh, please let me just transform back to normal. I can't go back home like this.
Okay.
Yeah, so she transforms back to normal, except no clothes.
Mama's a troll.
That's a troll.
And that's where we leave off the episode.
Yeah, pretty much.
It was really generic. Honestly, this first episode didn't really do a whole lot to hold my attention. It just wasn't that special.
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah.
considering what else we've watched this season.
Oh,
so
there's
far.
some absolute winners this season, but unfortunately, this ain't one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So far.
definitely-
So far.
Now, granted, this is
It has potential.
again a White Fox work, so I'm willing to give it a little bit of time to come around.
I mean,
I expect it to get darker.
the whole first episode, I mean, we got a lot of really good tips as to, you know, some of the feel that's going to happen in the rest of the season, right? We got some funny, quirky tidbits. And we got some, I guess, emotional things going on with Shingo. Matoi is awkward as hell.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got this really serious scenario going over
With Clarice and her handler.
Yeah, Clarice. And Haruka is in the middle trying to figure everything out herself. So, I mean, there's...
She wants to believe.
There's potential, but
Didn't quite see it this time around.
yeah, there
give it
was
a week.
a lot of good, like there was a lot of good bits of dialogue and some bad bits of dialogue.
Technically, it was pretty good. Especially the
For
animation,
instance,
too.
like Zero was mentioning, some of the pervy bits, like you have Yuma's father who pervs out a little bit, but is like borderline.
He's not gonna wag his tail like a dog.
Yeah, and then you have Hideo, who acted like a complete fucking moron.
No, not Hideo,
And
Dog Boy.
So cringy. Sorry if you heard that. That was, I think, a helicopter or an airplane.
I didn't do it.
Wow,
Yeah.
that was really loud.
But yeah, that little perviness was awful.
Yeah, it was
Absolutely
really bad. Then you also have like one of the bits of dialogue that I really liked was the dinner scene. Like it was really bad to like equate those two scenarios, but
Equating
it was so fucking funny.
Equating telling someone that their loved one's been murdered to bad curry.
Yeah, but I actually liked it. Like I thought that it was an amusing way to let her down easy.
How was it?
How was that letting her down easy?
Well,
That's a burn.
You know, in my job,
A policeman's hardest job is to actually tell somebody about the deceased and stuff like that. And then she's like, "Okay, get to
Out
the point."
with it.
Are you trying to say that my cooking? Are you trying to say that it's bad?
You use too much cumin.
The truth is bitter, isn't it?
That was one of the things I did like about this episode, particularly in the dialogue. There's a fair bit of sass going on here.
I mean, like I said, there's so much potential to it, but it wasn't gripping.
It wasn't apparent in this first episode.
You know, like the other magical girl, the Maho Shoujo Ikisei Keikaku. That one, I was more or less gripped the majority of the time. Like, there was a lot of funny parts, there's a lot of serious parts.
It seemed definitely faster paced than this.
Yeah, much faster paced, much
Yeah, it tries to get you more
easier to grip to.
It gets you more into the story in a hurry, I think.
And I think that's what this was for a opening episode. Could have gone just a little bit faster, just a little bit, and given us a little bit more stuff to chew on and hope for.
Yeah, like maybe if you took out that opening scene, perhaps, unless that was like the Holland incident that Agent Scully
I really don't
wannabe
think
was
that was the
mentioning.
Holland incident, though.
Yeah, but
Like there would be no reason for the British troops to be there.
yeah, but I feel like almost omitted it or like put that later on, perhaps as like an end of episode scene.
Yeah,
I think it might have helped things.
yeah, I think so too. I think that would have been better as like a stinger rather than as a opening.
Yeah.
But we'll give this one probably a couple more episodes.
Next week seems promising because, well, one, the preview looked like Matoi transformed at school and everyone's taking pictures.
You know what that really reminded me of was one of the first episodes of Korewa Zombie Deska.
Yep,
Exactly
When,
that.
you know,
Exactly
when
that.
Ayano transforms into a magic-clad girl at school.
Everyone.
That's what that reminded me of. So anyway, let us know what you thought of this anime, what you thought of our reaction in the comment section below.
Yep, thumbs up if you like it, thumbs down if you don't.
But that's going to do it for this episode of Anime Reaction. I'm DK.
I'm Zero.
And I'm Rizzo.
See you next time.